Imagine going to bed hungry most nights, or going to school without a lunch because your family can't afford it. I hope you've never had to experience this type of hunger, but unfortunately, according to Feeding America, 1 out of 9 Americans can say they have faced this hunger on a daily basis. I have never experienced this type of hunger, but I do volunteer at a food pantry, so I'm well aware that hunger exists even within my own community. Food insecurity is an extremely relevant issue, especially among impoverished citizens, and leads to many unwanted consequences. Today, I will first describe what food insecurity means. Second, I will explain its relevance among a large population of Americans. And lastly, I will describe the unwanted consequences that come along with being food insecure. To start, I will describe what life looks like for someone who is food insecure. Defined by Feeding America, food insecurity is a household's inability to provide food for every person to live an active, healthy life. Feeding America also stated in 2020 that food insecurity can be caused by many different things, like unemployment, surprised bills, or lowered wages, anything that could affect anyone. National Geographic published an article titled "The New Face of Hunger" in 2014 by Tracy McMillan. This explained that most food pantries contain outdated, sugary, salty, and overall unhealthy foods. So while food pantries do solve immediate hunger, many people who utilize food pantries are still malnourished because of the lack of nutrients and proteins in those types of foods. Now that you are familiar with many aspects of food insecurity, let's discuss its relevance. Hunger Notes published the United States Hunger Facts and Poverty Facts of 2016, where 12.3% of U.S. households were labeled food insecure. This means that 40.3 million Americans in 2016 were hungry. To put that into perspective, the total population of California is 39.5 million, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. So more people were food insecure in 2016 in America than the entire population of California. So chances are, whether you know it or not, you do know someone who is struggling. Food insecurity also has a lasting impact on all aspects of life. Being hungry harms a child's physical and mental well-being, their academic achievement, and their predicted financial stability, according to Feeding America. Feeding America also explained in its article, Food Insecurity in America in 2020, that there are many health risks that go along with being food insecure, such as developing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, or obesity. And these types of people also have to sacrifice necessities in order to pay for food, such as rent, electricity, medical bills, just to be able to pay for food. So let's review everything we have learned today about food insecurity. First, we discussed what food insecurity means and what happens. Second, I explained that food insecurity is a very relevant issue because of its high population that is affected. And lastly, we described the consequences that occur from being food insecure. Food insecurity is an extremely relevant problem in America because it affects a high population of Americans, likely some of whom you know, and can negatively impact every aspect of their life.